check my account. I know I got enough to go out today. I'm on. Got like about 200. Ooh. Ooh. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
Welcome to Nice Finance, and hopefully we can encourage each other to hang in there. If you haven't done so already, please consider liking the video, sharing the video, and also subscribing to this channel for more videos like this.
Studies show that America's young men are falling even further behind, with many in their 20s and early 30s saying they feel aimless and isolated. Young men are much more likely than women of the same age to live with their parents. Men ages 18 to 30 spend more time alone than their female counterparts. And the share of young men entering the workforce hasn't grown in a decade, while young women continue to seize career opportunities. This phenomenon isn't new, but was supercharged by the pandemic, when friends and families isolated and careers were put on pause. Some social scientists also blame shifts away from traditional gender roles, the decline in male-dominated industries like manufacturing, and many young men's difficulties expressing their feelings. All of this can create a crisis of purpose for young men at the entrance to adulthood, and has huge implications for our economy.
Men love to sleep with the bad chicks, but they don't want to wife them. Men love to have sex with these bad chicks, right? But they don't want to marry them or make them their woman. Men like to wine and dine and be seen out with these bad chicks, but they don't want them permanently. And it's for a couple of reasons. So let me break it down on a lighter scale, right? You love a Bentley, you love a Lamborghini, but you don't go get it. You go get that Honda because you know you can pay for the maintenance. You know you can pay for the upkeep. So as much as you like the fancy car and how it makes you feel and the power that's associated with it, you'll rent one, you'll drive one maybe when you go out of town, but you don't bring it home because you can't afford it. It's the same thing like these bad chicks. These dudes sleep with them. These dudes wine and dine them. These dudes like to be seen with them, but they don't take them serious because they know for a fact that these chicks are not going to settle for the mediocre treatment. You have to be on your A game to maintain these women because you have to maintain these vibes and these lifestyles that you be acting like you have. And they're not just dealing with anything because at any given second, there are men lined up around the block to take your spot. See, if you put a Honda Accord on sale, some people may get it, this, that, and the third. But when you put a brand new Lambo on sale, that's a rarity. So everybody's trying to put their bid in because they can't believe that something so exotic could be discounted. Men love to sleep with these bad chicks. Men love to be seen with these bad chicks, but they wife the average ones. But not because the average chick is any lesser. It's because the man thinks lesser of himself. Am I lying?
Men know that they are providers. A man's value is his money and his career. And a woman's value is her looks. That's the fucking truth, and that's the world that we live in. Women get things because they are pretty, and men have power because they have money. And if you want a good-looking woman, you're going to be spending money.
Not every man wants a quote-unquote good-looking woman. Like, some men just want normal women.
Yeah, men without money.
That's not true. I'm not dating a woman that's above a 7. I'm just being real.
But if you could afford it, you would.
Look, 80% of men's, actually 90% of men's sadness is from finances. You're probably looking, dang, what happened to his lip? I got elbowed in basketball. It's cool. You probably came back from work and you just went to your room and started to cry because you just don't have enough money. We have all been there where you stay up mad late just thinking, how can I make more money? But a lot of you guys would have more money if you let that girl go. Anytime you come back from work, she's asking you for money. She always needs your monetary help, and you can't even help yourself. A lot of you guys are living with your girlfriends, and then you paid all the rent because you're Mr. Provider guy. Yeah, you're a real man. No, listen. That's great. Now you're down to your last $200, and your girl posed the question, hey, do you want to go to Ruth Chris, and then can you give me some money to get my nails done? What do? You're down to your last 200. It is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. That question might throw you over the edge. Get in your soft guy era so you don't have to deal with these problems.
Y'all know it's the main two things that will humble you in a heartbeat. Being broke and not having a job and not having your car. Let's talk about being broke and not having a job first. Y'all ever went through that unemployment phase where you just got fired or you just quit your job and you got to fill out 30 job applications and you're not getting a single response? Yeah, that little feeling of freedom after you quit your job is cool and all until you spend them last few dollars from that last paycheck you got. It ain't shit to smile about after that. After your bank account becomes lower and lower and lower and you just know you fucked. you just know you finna be down bad on your ass. It ain't shit to smile about no more. It ain't shit to be happy about no more, bro. That shit will put fear into a nigga heart. No bullshit. And not having a car or not having your car available. Anybody that had a problem with their car and you had to get an Uber to go to and from back home to work from work, y'all know where I'm coming from with this. I do not know how fucked up it is for you to have to spend $100 to $200 taking an Uber to go to work and coming back home throughout the whole week of you working. Bro, that shit is something else, bro. It's like you just went through that whole week of working and you lost all that money, bro. It's just gone like that in a heartbeat, bro. That shit is something else. I'm telling y'all, that shit is something else. Them are the main two things that will humble the fuck out you in life, bro. No bullshit.
So I'm 30 and I live at home. I'm not ashamed to say that at all. Because in today's economy, you think I want to struggle? Mind you, I do pay rent here. I pay like $400 a month to live here. I pay my car bill. All of those other things like that I'm supposed to take care of. The only thing that's not expensive is fucking rent. I'm not paying $2,000 a month to struggle to get by. Also, are you going to struggle if you can wake up to a view like this every day? Look at that. I'm going to move out eventually with one of my best friends. That's the goal by the end of next year. But for now, I'm enjoying this view. I wake up to this. My life is good, it's nice and chill. And I would like to offer my future children the same opportunity too. They can live a soft lifestyle. They can live with me as long as they want, as long as they're not disrespectful to the woman that pushed them out of her coochie and gave them life. They're not doing drugs.
Bro, I feel like the thing that be like holding me back from like dating the most is that I'm cheap, bro. Now let me preference this. I'm not cheap when it comes to myself. You know, I stay dripped out. I love spending money on myself. But when it comes to the ladies, I be cheap, bro. Or just other people in general, for real. Anything that's not myself, I'm gonna be cheap. Like, let's say I was going like a $200 date, which is a lot. But even like 5 times a year, bro, that's $1,000, bro. You know what I could give for $1,000? That's almost a new set of golf clubs I'm trying to get right there. Spent on dinners. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just overreacting. Because, like, how much money you really gonna be spending, like, if you're in a relationship? Like, last time I was cuffed up, I wasn't even spending crazy bread like that. But still, it just be, like, in the back of my mind. Maybe that's how I know, like, if you found the right one. If I wouldn't mind just spending bread on them, I don't know. I be seeing videos of dude, they be, like, at the dinner table talking about she doesn't know I spent my last $100 on her. Bro, that's just crazy to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm not trying to be in that situation. Not that I would be. But still, bro, I remember even being like 15, 16, seeing dudes like save up all their money to buy like a lady a gift. It's just always kind of crazy to me. But let me know what y'all think though. Like, am I just tripping? Or y'all think like, you know, what I'm saying is valid?
Yo, y'all want to know why most men don't want to get married?
Because y'all can't afford to? Duh. I know so many dudes that are like, I want a traditional marriage. My wife should be submissive to me. What is she submitting to? Poverty? These dudes have no house, no car, no savings, but expect their partners to do all the cooking, the cleaning, the child rearing, because that's how it went in the 1950s. You know what else happened in the 1950s? Men were supporting entire families on one salary. They were paying for the house by themselves, putting food on the table, paying for vacations, kids, clothes, everything. And listen, I'm not trying to shame modern day men. The cost of living, education, and buying a home has dramatically outpaced wages. It's not their fault. But 53% of households are now dual income, meaning they need 2 partners to provide financially for the numbers to work. That means both partners need to contribute at home too. You can't ask your working girlfriend for stay-at-home wifey privileges if you can't afford that lifestyle.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys. That should not be our standard. I am so fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,200. Who the fuck can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now. But I know so many people are struggling. And do not get me started on what my grandparents were doing. They $3,000 house. And yes, I understand inflation and all of the bullshit that they have been pulling with the Fed. Why are we allowing it? Why? And then I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another 60 fucking billion to a country nobody can point out on a map. What are we doing? Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have fucking lost it. The American dream is dead. It is over. Gone and forgotten.
Showcasing those videos, we are facing a time that we've never seen before in this country. We are all in this together, and we definitely should prepare and get ourselves ready, because it could definitely get worse before it gets better.